We'll start with you. You're coming off a 1-2 record last spring and victory over Waynesburg in what was your final game of the season. What takeaways do you have from the shortened season that you think are going to help your team be more successful this fall?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't know it was going to be our last game of the season, and unfortunately it was. We didn't get to play our last two. But anytime you end any season, you know, whether it's a full season or I guess half a season or a third of a season, whenever we actually got in, it's good to finish on a win, right? And, you know, we brought in 70-plus new players a year ago in that COVID year, and, you know, we did it in reverse, right? We started off basically with spring ball, I guess you call it fall ball, and then moved into the spring with games. So for us, it was a very advantageous situation, the way the calendar played out, and unfortunately, you know, we didn't get to play in the fall. But we got, you know, basically spring ball ahead of us, and then got our younger players in the weight room, our freshmen and sophomores, more practice time. You know, we graduated, I think, in 2019, 20-plus seniors. So, you know, it was we had a lot of new faces that were going to be out there, and that extra time, you know, certainly helped us tremendously as we move forward in the spring and then coming up here in camp.
You're joined today by one of my favorite Bethany student athletes, Dom Salanetro. Dom certainly benefited from having a young and strong supporting cast, including guys like Brendan Sechrist, Colton Stoneman, and Amos Porter. How can the Bison take advantage of these newer weapons to improve this fall?
Yeah, we're excited about the young skill group we have. I think it's probably in recent years, the best quality depth that we've had, certainly in that position or in those positions. You know, and he's, I think, very, very pleased with all those guys coming back. You know, you mentioned those three in Stoneman, Porter, and Brennan, but, you know, we got other guys that, you know, haven't played a whole lot, but are going to be probably very big contributors. And Davon McWater, who's a very much an all-purpose type of guy, can do a whole bunch of different things. And we have, you know, for the first time in a long time, probably real, true tight ends, two tight ends that we think can make us a little bit more, you know, multi-formational and a little bit unpredictable from that way. So, you know, we're excited to get those guys going, and we really do think that group has a chance to be pretty good.
Let's talk leadership. Some of the leadership you have returning this fall, and how you were expecting that leadership to help move your team through the 2021 season.
Yeah, well, it starts with the guy next to me, that's for sure. I mean, he's technically a senior, right? Everyone's got that extra year, but right now he's a senior, and it's going to start with this guy, but then move the defense with guys like Danny Gilbert, and then you know, two younger guys in our defense, and Dadrick Vickers, who was a first-team All-Selection, and a guy that really nobody really knows about, but is a constant, steady Eddie type of guy, Jordan Aldrich, and you know, there's no question that energy is going to begin with them in that leadership role, and you know, those three guys themselves, along with Dom, are guys that just do it consistently right and do the little things and lead by more example than anything else, which is where it starts. So we're excited about those guys coming back. We're definitely a little bit younger team, but we have a core leadership that's been helping us, you know, the last 2 or 3 years here that we think is, you know, can lead us forward for sure.
Okay, I'm interested in your response here.
Uh-oh.
What positions do you expect to have the most competition for playing time going into camp?
All of them.
It should be all,
you like that?
Right? Yeah.
That's a standard answer, isn't it? You know, it's competition, right? I mean, it's the foolproof way of getting us better. You know, as coaches, you can give all the great Vince Lombardi speeches you want. That works. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But competition is the foolproof way to get your team better. We talk about it in recruiting. We're recruiting kids. We talk about it every day. We put things in our every single workout, every single thing we do to compete. You know, but if I got to name one group, it's probably the defensive line. I mean, in 19, we graduated, you know, 2 of the best pass rushers we probably had in school history, and that group is going to have a lot of competition with a lot of people who, you know, nobody knows about, and hopefully we'll find out about, but we will see. But that'll probably be the biggest position of competition that we have in our program.
Last thing I have for you, Coach. I know you mentioned some numbers as far as your incoming class, but talk a little bit overall about your class and expectations for those student athletes coming in.
Yeah, we brought in, you know, 60, 61 guys or something like that we're at right now. And, you know, we really don't have too many expectations for the new guys, except, like I mentioned earlier, just to come in and compete. You know, this is Division III where you don't get your normal redshirt year, so we got to find out if those guys are going to help us immediately or not. We just want them to come in and compete and get them here in camp. They're going to be on a brand new turf field, which everybody's excited about at our place, and I know the players out here are probably very, very pleased about it too. So we're excited to get all our new guys on campus and get started.
That was about 4.5 minutes. That's exactly
good, right?
what we were looking for.
Beat that, Jim.
Coach, thank you. Dom, I have a few questions for you. We've mentioned that you're going into your final season, and you're one of 8 seniors playing for Bethany this fall. Talk about the importance of leadership, maybe some of the lessons you've learned related to leadership at Bethany, and how are you planning to lead this fall?
Well, we're a pretty young team this year again, like last year. We have a lot of younger guys that, we want to help step up because we only have 8 seniors, which isn't a whole lot. We expect the younger guys, step into leadership roles when they have to, be prepared. And, being an older guy, we have to help them develop into that leadership role. And in order for us to have good leadership on the team, we all just have to come together and work together.
Last spring, limited number of games, Bison averaged 336 yards of total offense. What do the Bison have to do this fall to be much more explosive on that side of the ball?
We just have to be consistent. We have a lot of drop passes, a lot of bad throws, a lot of missed blocks, just a lot of missed assignments. We just have to be consistent all across the board. We just have to execute every play up to 100%.
Good answer.
Dom, what have you done this offseason to improve your own level of play heading into your senior year?
I think any coach out here will tell you that I'm not a very good runner. So this offseason I worked on my mobility and flexibility a lot. I want to be able to make plays with my feet, be more mobile, help the running backs out a little bit, and, give the offense a little more of an edge.
That's a good answer. Coach, you can jump in on this one too if you want. What do you feel is the most important step for the Bison to take this fall to get back into the hunt for a PAC title? I want to hear from Dom first.
Yeah, me too.
No pressure. We just had to be disciplined. Self-discipline, as players, all around as a team, going from the coaching staff all the way down to the freshmen that walk through the door. We just have to hold each other accountable. We need to, like I said before, everyone needs to step up and, just be disciplined in what we do.
Good enough?
Good enough for me.
Great.
How much time we got?
We got 2:14.
No, I don't want to feel 2:14. Good job.
Good job. Dom, thank you. Bethany is scheduled to get its season underway Friday, September 3rd at Hiram College. Way to lead it off.
All right. And saving time.
Good job, Dom.